Hi guys, so I'm finally back with a more regular video, I would say. First off, I want to say I love Paris. I'm in love with Paris, like, I don't know, I just don't know anyone who loves Paris as much as I do. I'm obsessed with Paris, like it's my home. I feel like I am in a relationship with Paris, and to me it's the most beautiful city in the whole world. So I love it, first of all. So I'm gonna start with the things I dislike about Paris. I dislike the fact that Paris is not safe. I've been traveling quite a bit, and I can honestly say that Paris is a city I feel the less safe in. I'm not saying that you are in danger every time you go out in Paris, but definitely if you are a girl, you will feel very uncomfortable and you will feel scared sometimes, and there are definitely places you learn to avoid at certain times of the day and you just don't feel safe. But yeah, you definitely don't feel safe, and Paris is definitely not a safe city. Which leads me on to my second point. I don't like men in Paris. I mean, as I said, I have traveled and I've never had any man being rude to me as much as men are rude to me in Paris. Like, never, ever, ever. Men in Paris are really rude. But I have to admit that it's true that the men who are really, the men and the boys, because to me they're not even men, but the boys that are really rude to girls are not the typical French people, even though I hate saying that and it doesn't really make sense to me. But I feel like I have to say that because even though they are French, they are probably not, and it's not their fault probably, but they're probably not representative of the French culture and education. And third thing I don't like, Paris is dirty. Like, it's dirty. It smells like pee everywhere. Not everywhere. You should come to Paris, really. No, it doesn't smell like pee everywhere, but Paris is dirty and it smells very bad sometimes, some places. And I hate that, but people are really dirty. Like, why? Why are you dirty? This is basically the only three things I don't like about Paris. It's dirty, it's not safe, and boys are really, really rude and unrespectful to women. Apart from that, there's nothing that I really dislike. So onto the things I like. So first of all, I love the diversity that you can find in Paris. Like, if I sit in the subway, I will see people from all over the world. I mean, French people, or not French people, but from different origins. I will hear so many languages, and when you walk in the streets you can smell so different, you know, smells from cuisine and foods from all over the world. That's something I love about Paris. You can see people from all over the world, and that's just amazing. Like, I mean, I've been to England, which is said to be a pretty multicultural country, but to be completely honest, I've never found a city that was as multicultural, or even a country that is as multicultural and as welcoming as France and Paris. The second thing I love about Paris is that you can have access to nature and the countryside so easily. You can go to the beach really easily, you can go to forest really easily, you can go to the very, you know, peaceful countryside really easily and pretty cheap, and there are parks and gardens everywhere. Third thing is the people. I love people in France or in Paris. I know we have a cliche that says that we are rude and unfriendly and that we don't speak English and that we hate English and American people. But if you come to Paris, you will see it's not true. Everyone that came to Paris was like, oh, it's my first time in Paris and I heard pretty bad things about the French. After 2 days, they were all of them like, that's not true. I don't understand why everyone say that about French people and about Parisian people, because they're not like that. French people and Parisian people are really polite. They will hold the door for you, they will say hello, they will say please and thank you, they will not bump into you, and if they do, they will say sorry, they will help you out if you ask for help, and if they don't reply to you, it's because they're afraid that their English is gonna suck, not because they don't like you. I like that Paris is pretty cheap and convenient. If you look at London, which is pretty close from France, everything is so freaking damn expensive in London. In France, there are lots of things which are super cheap or free if you are under 26. The public transport is really good. I feel like the city is working really hard and making lots of efforts to be affordable, easy to understand, easy to navigate into, and something I love about Paris. I just love Paris because it's beautiful. You know, if you don't really have money, or if you don't like going out, or if you don't like museums, just go out in Paris, take a walk, and you will see so many beautiful things like churches or beautiful restaurants, or walking along the river, or gardens that are free, obviously. The buildings are amazing, the architecture is amazing. Paris is super charming and really authentic. It's full of history and it's really delicate and really like, I don't know, it's just so beautiful. Like when you walk in Paris, you know, there are so many different neighborhoods, but they all have a soul and a very different and unique spirit to them, and it's just amazing. Paris is beautiful, amazing, beautiful, beautiful. Then I just love the culture. Obviously, Paris has so many museums, so many theaters, venues for concerts, exhibitions. There are so many cafes and bookshops. There are castles that you can visit. There are lots of churches and basilicas and all that good stuff. There are so many things to see in Paris if you love art, if you love literature, if you love history, if you love politics. Paris is full of culture everywhere. Everywhere you go, you will find some cultural thing to do. So yeah, that was what I like and dislike about Paris. If you have any questions about the city, feel free to ask me. I love helping people out when it comes to Paris and traveling and all that good stuff. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!